I often think about what would it have meant to me if I could have had CelloBello when I was a kid. That's so much fun just to hypothesize, but I mean, the internet today is an amazing tool for education. And I've seen the excitement of kids that go online, watch a cello lesson, and it helps them solve a problem, because it's really frustrating to try and learn an instrument. So for all of this to be available to anyone, anywhere, is just really amazing, and I'm just thrilled that I can use a good part of my life to help make that happen. And not just me, to have wonderful cellists in Europe doing a cello chat over CelloBello, having a cello lesson in Korean or in Chinese, and having my cello lessons translated into 7 different languages now. So I and others that are teaching through the site can help people on a global level.
Okay, back in 2007, Paul approached me. He had struck up an arrangement with WGBH, a public television station here in Boston. Paul came and said, "Hey, let's do a website." And I said, "Well, what does that mean?" He goes, "Well, we'll have footage, all this footage that we have. We'll do a cello blog. We'll do a clearinghouse for competitions. We'll do master classes." I said, "Wow, that's great. We need some resources for that." And, with some funding that Paul had received in about 2010, the framework and the bones of CelloBello was launched.
So this is what you learn, then this is to help you in your practicing, what you feel, what you should think, and what to listen for.
Why did I found CelloBello? Well, as a musician that comes from a very poor family, I've always been aware of the fact that it takes money to have a musical education. This is a way of democratizing and giving access. Also, I don't know, there's something about the camaraderie of musicians globally. I think music brings people together. Music can transcend cultures. And I felt that getting on an airplane and going from this country to that country, but what easier way to do it than on the internet, where you just sit at home and people can see you everywhere.
The strings are your ocean, okay? Deep ocean. And this ship is a very heavy ship, so we let our ships sink into the water.
The idea of going into this world of the internet and the web at somebody in their 60s, that was rather daunting. I've been incredibly fortunate in having Jussi Rayonen, who is my webmaster and has been my webmaster almost since the beginning. Jussi is a really fine musician, and he has a wonderful eye for graphics and design as well.
Classic story, broke graduate student. I was looking for some kind of work, and Paul and I met, and we started working to familiarize me with the site. It had been created by Paul and a gentleman named Rafael de Stella. Looking back, I just compared some old screenshots. It looks pretty elementary, but for the time, it definitely was cutting edge already then.
I've watched, I think, about every cello lesson so far, and there's so much information there and so much to be learned.
The cello community has embraced this, and nobody's ever been paid for anything. All of those cello chats, all of those blogs that have been written are cellists donating their time and their expertise and supporting the website.
The cello and cellists are some of the most collaborative people that I know. Just the nature of the instrument makes us want to work with others. Please support CelloBello. I am honored and privileged to be part of this organization, and I am hoping that you will not only be proud, but that you will give it all the support it needs to survive and thrive.
From a financial standpoint, nobody in my life or in the life of CelloBello has been as important as Richard and Nancy Lubin. Nancy is one of the most passionate amateur cellists I've ever met, and she has become a dear friend, and the Lubins together have helped CelloBello financially in ways that, my gratitude is boundless. And I think without them, there's no way the website would be what it is today.
To support the arts is hugely important to us.
In terms of thinking about places where our support can be helpful and where we're excited about being involved, the key element is the people, the enthusiasm, the skills of the people that are involved in the organization. And we feel quite strongly that CelloBello doing very good things now, and there's every indication that it will continue to be able to do that in the future.
I have the support of my wife, Pei-Shan Lee. She's a wonderful musician and a wonderful pianist, and she's just invaluable in terms of all of the advice that she gives me as to what the website needs.
Going to a website like CelloBello, all musicians can learn something from it. It doesn't matter whether you're a cellist, you're a violinist, you're a pianist, or you're a singer, because the topics can be applied to musicians studying any kind of instrument.
You know, it's hard to say exactly when I started using CelloBello because it was such an integral part of my education, its formation, I've, watched them just in my idle time, before bed, early in the morning, before I start playing. And I just find that in basically any situation, they're really helpful tools for figuring out how to prime yourself technically and musically for success. I think it's definitely true that CelloBello videos can help pretty much anyone of any level. And I certainly know cellists from all over the US and even all over the world who have heard of CelloBello.
I took up cello in my mid-50s, and it's given me a whole new life. I would watch the other cellists who were doing master classes and take notes on what they were saying and watch them playing and their students playing, and it was invaluable.
We need everyone's support more than ever. If you have enjoyed watching the videos on CelloBello, reading an article, and you have the pleasure of learning from all these contents in the comfort of your home, we hope that you will consider give something to the website.
To everybody that's given to CelloBello, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you to all my colleagues that have written blogs, that have done cello chats, that have given their live stream master classes. Thank you to all the students that use CelloBello, that send their 10 bucks, their 15 bucks. Thank you to the people in the financial world and the corporate world that have been true sponsors, true supporters, believe in the cause. CelloBello would not be here today, and it would not be what it is without you. So thank you all.